Hey guys, you're welcome back to the third episode of this series, Microsoft PowerPoint. And in this video today, you're going to be learning the the basics of transitions within slides, and the timing, how to transition from one slide to another, and then the timing. Like I said earlier in the beginning of this series, I said we're going to be focusing more on two major commands: the transition right here, and then the animation. These are the two key differences between Microsoft PowerPoint and Microsoft Office Word. So there are other things that I will not be mentioning. You can easily go back to. But although design and slideshow is still part of what you are going to be learning, but those are just the animation and transition are just the basic key part of what we're going to be learning in Microsoft PowerPoint. Alright, so let's delve right into it. So I have 4 slides altogether, 3 active slides, that is, that has slides that has content. Excuse me. So let me quickly explain what transition means. Now, animation has to do with putting life to the text or object, or if it is image, whatever you have in your slides. So putting life into it is animation, making it move around and then make some special kind of effect and display. That's animation. But transition, you see, the way it is named there is transition to this slide. That is how you transition from this to this. In between is where this command works for. All these commands you have here, all of these transition types, they work for the middle. By the time you are doing your slideshow, and that reminds me, if you want to navigate, if you want to have your display, this is the slideshow here. This is the slideshow command. Alright, so if I click this now, it's coming up. Okay, so it takes us to the slideshow. This is the way it's going to display on the bigger screen or the second screen. So if I use my arrow button, arrow forward, if I hit it, it goes to the next slide. So that's how to navigate between one slide and another. So the transition works between how these slides move from one to another. So because, for instance, this is slide 1, while this is slide 2. So how do I move from this slide to this slide? So we'll see in this video. Alright, so let's go for the first one. We're going to let's use a push first. Okay, so this is the first transition. Now you see that the preview is already active now. So the preview means maybe you want to see how the transition effect is going to apply to the slide before you go to the slideshow. So I'm just going to play the preview. So that's how you do it. If I apply another one to this one, let's say I give it review. Okay. Alright. So now if I play my preview, it just gives me what it will look like. So, and then in order to now see how it will display on the second screen, you click on this. Then you see that this wasn't happening before, but because you added transition, so that's how the slide is going to appear on the screen. And then going out, you see that because you've applied the transition effect. So I'm going to please, I forgot to mention that if you want to exit that slideshow, this particular mode, at the time you are on this mode, if you want to exit this mode, you click on escape. You press escape button on your keyboard. So once you press the escape button, it comes back to your document. Alright, so the next command here, there are several different which we are still going to be using. I'm going to be posting reels, and then we'll see how we can use all these different transition effects, and then how we can use them, apply them to make amazing animation. So we're still going to look at them. So, but basically, these are all we have. These are all we have for the different types. So you can try them out, play around them, and then see how they work. Now, effect options. All right, so if I apply a particular effect, for instance, now I have push on this particular slide. So do I want it to push from right to left, from top to bottom, from left to right, from top, any whichever way? It's just like a pre-command of the main command. So I've added push as the slide, as the transition to the next slide. Now how do I want it to push? Now I want it different, so it's different way. So you can check these effect options and then see. So I'm going to the next slide and also check the effect option. So you can transition this review smoothly from right. You can make it smoothly from left. You can make it through back from right. Let's check this out now. Okay, you see that. So these are just different transition effects you can give to you all. So, and one important thing in creating your slides in PowerPoint is you have to make sure you always save. So all these things are all these effects that I've added to my slide now. I have the duty to save it. Ctrl S. Now it is saved. It's only when it is saved that it stays on it. If I go to my slideshow, I'll be able to see. Alright, quickly, the next command here is the sound. So you can add a sound. You can decide to add a sound along the transition. For instance, now it may be camera sound. Okay. And I want it to supposed to give me the sound. Okay. Let me preview. Okay, yeah. You heard that the camera sound there. So if you go to another slide and you add the sound again, for instance, and then preview it. So that's how that works. And then what you have here is it has to do with the slideshow. Yeah, this duration applied to all of that advanced slide and all of that. It has to do with the slideshow. That is every other thing, every other command you have in there. It will only take effect when you are on the slideshow, like when you click on this, active on the slideshow. So let me quickly run through it. Duration. Now, how long do you want it to take before this transition to occur? That's what the duration is all about. And then now, this animation, the transition works with seconds, minutes, and seconds, right? So you can reduce this to 50 seconds, 25 seconds, or 1 second. Now let's just leave at it. That's 25 at interval. So if my next click now is 50. So let's leave it at 25. Now the point here is the smaller the size of the duration, the faster the transition occurs. So if you have about up to like 1 minute, that means the transition will take a longer time to complete. So let's preview this 1 second, and then let's see how you see that almost immediately. So the more the time, the longer it takes. So let's go for, let's say 2 seconds. Yeah, it is 2 seconds actually. I just remembered now. It works with seconds and frame. So this covers for seconds. 2 is for second, while this 00 is for frame. So you can have this is 1 second, 75 frames here. And going back down is 1 second and 25 frames. So that's how it works. Now, this particular command I just gave to my first slide, it stays only on the first slide, and it can only apply if I save it. Don't forget, it's very, very important. So now, do I want it to apply to all my slides? If I want this particular duration, the timing to apply to all the slides, then I click on apply to all, or else it will only stop at slide 1 and then it will not apply to slide 2. Now the next one is advanced slide. You see that the on mouse click is active. So what this means is that if I'm active on the slideshow, until when I click or use my arrow button, arrow button on the keyboard, it will not move to the next slide. The transition effect will not come up until I click. That's why it is called on mouse click. That is until when you command it, it will not go. Then if you want to time it without necessarily having to command it, then you go out of on mouse click and then give it timing. This is minute, seconds, and frame. Minute, seconds, and frame. So do you want it to go 1 minute, 3 seconds? So here now, after the transition occurs for 3 seconds, it moves by itself. You don't have to click. So that's how it works. So let's quickly see how that applies before we end this episode. Oh, I didn't save it. Okay, it's still applied. You see that I didn't have to click at all. So that's because I already gave it that after 3 seconds, the next slide should come up. That's why you see that without even clicking at all, the next slide came up immediately. The time was due. So that's how transition and every other command here works. Yeah. So we're going to end this episode here. I'm going to end it here so that I can just begin animation in the next episode. I'm still going to be creative about this PowerPoint. I'm still going into a very creative part of it where you use it to create amazing animation, motion, like primitive motion graphics in PowerPoint. So we're getting there, but for now, let's just familiarize with all of these commands and how to go around it. So this is where I'm going to end this episode. Don't forget to subscribe, share this video, and then like, and then also very important thing, I want to see your comments. Thank you. See you in the next video.